Hey everyone, Maya here from My Storybook, and welcome back to today's interactive read aloud. Today I have a fun retelling, a fun twist on a popular fable that you probably know of. Double thumbs up if you have heard of the story, The Tortoise and the Hare. Yeah, that's the one where the tortoise and the hare, they race. The hare's like a rabbit, right? Tortoise is like a turtle, and they race, and rabbit thinks he's gonna win so easy because tortoise is so slow, but who ends up winning in the end? The tortoise, slow and steady, wins the race. So, my friends, I bet you know about that story. And if you don't, well, it's a fun story about not being too cocky, right? Not assuming that you're going to win and that you're better than everyone else. Well, in this version of this story, a translation retelling of this story, we are going to find out why exactly did Tortoise agree to race Hare though? Why was Turtle agreeing to race the rabbit? What made him want to race Rabbit? What do you think? Yeah, sometimes in the fable, Rabbit's just really bragging and then Turtle's like, well, let's race and find out who's faster. But in this story, we're going to find out the real reason behind why Turtle was actually racing the rabbit. So I think we're ready to get started. Double thumbs up if you're ready to begin. Excellent. Let's check it out. So the title of today's interactive read aloud is Otter's Coat, the real reason Turtle raced Rabbit. A translation, Tortoise and Hare. So my friends, Relation is actually a group of people, and they are part Cherokee and then part Irish or Scottish, and they live near the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, and they kind of combined Cherokee, Appalachian to make Relation, and that's a group of people who live there, and they have this version of the story that they tell, and we are going to learn about it today. If you'd like to know more about the Relation people, my friends, you can check out my blog down below. I have a little bit more explanation of who they are, and plus at the back of the book, and I'll show you at the end, you can pause and read more about the Relation people as well. Otherwise, let's get back to our story. This story is written by Cordellya Smith, and she had a Cherokee grandmother, and she learned this story from that side of her culture. So, what do you notice, my friends, going on in the picture on this cover? Right, I see a lot of animals, right? I see the rabbit here, and do you see the turtle anywhere? Not quite yet, so I wonder where the turtle is. But I see a rabbit. What other animals are there? There's a bear. This looks like a deer, a little chipmunk, some birds, animal here too. And it looks like, what are they doing? Running or racing. Oh, like a big race. Let's see why they are racing and what is going on. Kind of looks like they're chasing Rabbit, right? And Rabbit's kind of wearing something right here. What do you think that is? Maybe Otter's coat? I wonder where Otter is. All right, let's get started. Here's our title page. It has the title of our book and our author and illustrator, Cordellya Smith. Illustrations by Blueberry Illustrations. Now, as we read this book, my friends, there's another little animal, the chipmunk, and I want you to try to see if you can find the chipmunk on every page, all right? See if you can keep your eyes peeled and ready to check that out. All right. Oh, and so this tells us, okay, my friends, hide and seek with chipmunks. So my brothers and I are hiding in the pictures of this book. See how many of us you can find. So maybe not just one chipmunk. See how many chipmunks you can find on each page. How many do you see here? I see one. Just one on this page. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's just one on some. You'll see in this book that there is a table of contents, which means the story is broken up into these 5 little mini chapters, 5 sections of this story. We're going to start with number 1, Rabbit Grows Jealous. Chapter 1, Rabbit Grows Jealous. Oh, and I see lots of animals here, right? So this story is called Turtle and a Rabbit in Otter's Coat, but there's a lot more animals than just those 3. Long ago, when the world was made, all the animals were given special gifts. Bear was blessed with strength so that he could protect the forest and all the animals in it. What is Bear up to? Getting some honey. The great water spider was blessed with strong webs that even fire could not burn away. Ooh, that's helpful. And Owl was blessed with such great sight that he could see both the present and the future. Whoa. Which of those special gifts would you want, my friend? Super strength, special webs, see the past and the future. Cool gifts, huh? Like the other animals, Rabbit too received a special gift. Rabbit was blessed with intelligence, smartness. Sadly, Rabbit did not always use his gift well, though. Instead, he often tricked the other animals. That is how Rabbit stole Otter's coat and ended up losing the famous race against Turtle. This is the true story of how it happened. So Rabbit got jealous. Who do you think he was jealous of? Probably Otter's coat. The day before the Nut Moon Festival, Rabbit was hopping through the forest and happened upon a clearing where the other animals were gathered. They were excited for the festival. The Nut Moon Festival. What are they doing? All eating a honeycomb with Bear, and Rabbit's like, ooh, what is Rabbit up to? They were also excited to see their friend Otter. Otter only came out of his pond once a year for the Nut Moon Festival because he loved eating chestnuts. Rabbit hid and listened. He heard all the animals talking about how excited they were to see Otter again and his beautiful coat. The animals said Otter had the most beautiful coat of all. What do you think Rabbit thinks when he hears that? I think he might want that coat. Listening to the others compliment Otter made Rabbit feel jealous. Rabbit wanted to have the most beautiful coat, so he thought of a way to trick Otter out of it. Then he hopped away to get Otter's coat for himself. In Chapter 2, Rabbit's trick. So now he's going to trick Otter. How do you think Rabbit's going to trick Otter to get the coat? Let's see. Rabbit knew the path Otter would take up to the mountain to the festival, so he hid in the woods by the path and waited. When Otter came along the path, Rabbit hopped out and greeted him, saying, "Hello, Otter, where are you going?" "I'm going to the festival," Otter replied. "I'm going to the festival too," Rabbit told Otter. "I know a special path through the woods that will take me by a grove of pawpaw trees. There's nothing sweeter than a pawpaw. I'm going to go there on my way to the festival." Otter thought about what Rabbit had said. Otter had been eating trout, fish, eggs, snakes, and roots for a whole year. He was looking forward to the chestnuts tomorrow, but the thought of sweet fruit made his mouth water. He wanted some pawpaws, too. "Oh, Rabbit, tricky, tricky. May I go with you, Rabbit?" Otter asked. "Yes, my friend," Rabbit said happily. His trick was working. Why do you think he wants Otter to go to the pawpaw trees with him? Rabbit led Otter through the woods into the promised grove of pawpaw trees. The trees were huge and the ground was covered in juicy pawpaw. Some of the pawpaws were so ripe they had black spots, like really ripe bananas. Ooh, my friends, I wonder what pawpaw tastes like. Oh, and do you see? Look. Rabbit and Otter feasted. When their bellies were full, they sat down by the creek. They used Rabbit's gourd ladle to drink cool, fresh water from the creek. "It is nice here. I think I'll stay the night in the pawpaw grove and go to the festival tomorrow," Rabbit said. Otter thought that was a great idea, so he said he would stay the night and go to the festival tomorrow, too. He thought he might even have a pawpaw for breakfast. So Rabbit is getting Otter to stay overnight with him. At sunset, a chill filled the air, and Otter gathered dead wood and built a small fire to keep warm. Then they sat down to rest. "Be careful tonight, my friend," Rabbit said to Otter. "It is said fire falls from the sky at night in this part of the forest. If it falls tonight, you run and jump into the creek. You'll be safe there." "I have never heard of that happening, but I will do it. I want to be safe," Otter said. So Rabbit's telling Otter that sometimes fire falls from the sky. Do you think that really happens, or is that part of the trick? A few minutes later, Rabbit said, "Otter, your coat is beautiful. It would be a shame if it were damaged. Just to be safe, you might want to hang your coat on a tree limb. Then if fire falls, your coat will not be hurt." So he's trying to get Otter to take off the coat. Trusting Rabbit, Otter hung his coat on a tree limb where it would be safe. Then he gathered a pile of leaves and snuggled into them to sleep for the night. Rabbit gathered leaves of his own and acted like he was going to sleep. Then he watched the fire burn and waited. What is he waiting for? Maybe Otter to fall asleep? When Otter was sound asleep, Rabbit stood up quietly, pushed the ladle into the fire, and scooped up some of the hot coals. They were glowing red from the heat inside. What do you think he's going to do with those fiery coals? Make it look like it's raining fire? Then Rabbit tossed the ladle of red coals into the air and yelled, "Otter, fire is falling! Run to the creek!" And what's going to happen when Otter runs to the creek? He's going to steal the coat. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Rabbit. Otter woke frightened and ran to the creek and dove into the water. When Rabbit saw Otter dive in the water, he walked to the tree where Otter had hung his coat, laughing, put it around his shoulders, and dashed away. Rabbit was sure he would have the most beautiful coat of all the animals now. Rabbit and Otter were not the only animals in the pawpaw grove that night. Otter was also there and had been watching. Owl saw Rabbit trick Otter and take his coat. When Rabbit dashed away, Owl spread his wings and took flight to tell the other animals what Rabbit had done. And what do you think the other animals are going to do about that? Well, we're going to find out in Chapter 3, The Animals Meet. Owl flew to the top of the mountain where the Nut Moon Festival was to take place the next day. Many animals were already gathered, and when Owl told them of Rabbit's trick, they grew angry. Bear was the angriest of all.
Oh no!
I will chase Rabbit until he is so tired he can't run any further and take Otter's coat, Bear said. No, Bear, we must find another way, said the mountain lion. What about a race, Deer asked. Rabbit is always trying to race everyone. Remember when he cheated in the race with me to try to win these horns? Looks like Rabbit's trying to take things from lots of the different animals, right? Trying to steal Deer's horns? The animals remembered and they liked the idea of a race, so they worked together on a plan to get Otter's coat back. So what animals are working together to make a plan? Owl, a bear, the mountain lion, deer, chipmunk, the turtle. Chapter 4, Turtle accepts a dare. So someone's going to dare Turtle to do something, and Turtle's going to say, okay. Let's see. When Rabbit reached the top of the mountain the next morning, he found Turtle sitting in the sun getting toasty warm. How did you get here so fast, Turtle, or are you still going home from the last festival? Rabbit asked. I'm not that slow, Turtle said. Prove it. Race me, Rabbit dared. I don't want to race you, Turtle said. Oh, come on, please. I'll give you anything you want if you win, Rabbit promised. What do you think Turtle's going to ask for if he wins? Okay, if I win, you must promise to give me that beautiful coat, Turtle said. I promise, Rabbit said. Besides, there's no way you're going to beat me. I'm the fastest runner in the forest. You couldn't even beat me if you had a head start. Okay, we will race, said Turtle, and I'll take that head start you just offered me. Rabbit and Turtle agreed to race at first light the next morning. They would run across the next 5 mountains all the way to the top of Black Mountain, which is the tallest mountain in the forest. So racing over 5 mountains to the tallest mountain in the forest. The one who reached the top of Black Mountain first would be the winner. Rabbit even agreed to let Turtle start on the second mountaintop to give him a head start. So Rabbit's feeling pretty confident, right, that he is going to win. So why is Turtle agreeing to race Rabbit? What is the reason Turtle wants to race? Because Turtle wants to help Otter get his coat back, right? So the real reason Turtle's going to race Rabbit isn't because Rabbit's being braggy and Turtle's like, let's make sure that Rabbit knows, you know what, you're not the best at everything. You kind of have to be kind to others, right? Acknowledge that others are good at things too. Instead, he's probably going to help Rabbit learn that lesson, but he's also going to help get his friend's coat back. Chapter 5, the race. So this is the last section, my friends. Let's see what happens. The next morning, all the animals gathered to see the great race before dawn. Rabbit was on top of the first mountain. When he looked ahead, he could just see Turtle show on the top of the second mountain, as they'd agreed. So remember, Turtle gets a head start. And oh, look at this picture. What do you notice? Looks like the picture on the front, right? Oh, so that is when they are getting ready to race. When the first rays of the sun broke, Rabbit raced ahead, expecting to pass Turtle going down the side of the second mountain. But before Rabbit could get to the top of the second mountain, he saw Turtle far in the distance going over the third one. Whoa, so Turtle managed to get all the way over the mountain and on to the next one already. That's pretty fast for a turtle, huh? Rabbit thought he would have to run faster and that Otter's coat was slowing him down. Running faster did not help, though. Before Rabbit could top to the third mountain, he saw Turtle crossing the fourth one. Uh-oh, Turtle just has one more to go. Rabbit was tired. He was breathing hard from running fast for so long. Otter's coat was making him feel hot and sweaty. But he was determined not to lose the race to Turtle, so he ran even faster. You think he's going to catch up? Maybe not. At the top of the fourth mountain, Rabbit saw no sign of Turtle. He thought he was finally catching up. That thought did not last long. Halfway up the final and highest mountain, Rabbit saw Turtle standing at the top, waiting for him. Turtle had won the race to the top of Black Mountain. Rabbit was so upset he threw Otter's coat off and fell to the ground crying. Owl had been flying above watching the race. When he saw Rabbit throw Otter's coat, he swooped down, caught it in the air, and took it back to Otter. So they got the coat back. They were able to somehow get Turtle to win that race. And Rabbit, true to his word, gave the coat to the winner. But my friends, I'm thinking, turtles really aren't that fast. How did Turtle end up winning? Because Rabbit didn't even stop to rest like in the other story. I know sometimes in the other story, Rabbit falls asleep, and so then Turtle keeps going, and he passes Rabbit, even though Rabbit is faster, but he's sleeping. Rabbit didn't sleep here. Rabbit was running as fast as he can. How did Turtle still win? Well, this is the true story of why Turtle raced Rabbit. It was to get back Otter's coat. But a few things changed after this race. Otter was thankful to have his coat back, but he never ventured far from his pond again. Not even chestnuts or pawpaws make him want to leave his pond now. That's why otters mostly just stay in their water, right? They don't really leave. What about Rabbit? Not too happy. But you know what? Rabbit didn't cry for very long. He got up, dusted himself off, and went on to enjoy the festival dances. Dancing makes Rabbit happy. Me too. Rabbit never asked another animal to race him again, having lost big races to both deer and turtle, but Rabbit still has plenty of other tricks. But don't worry, Turtle and the other animals are keeping an eye on him to make sure no one else loses a coat. So, Rabbit's doing some other tricky things, but all the other animal friends are going to make sure to take care of one another, right? Wait a minute, what do you notice in this picture? There's not just one turtle, there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turtles here. Wait a minute. Do you think all of these turtles might have been involved in that plan for Rabbit in the race? What do you think they were up to? Let's see. Are you wondering how Turtle stayed so far ahead of Rabbit and won this race? I'm wondering. Between us, Turtle and his brothers all look just alike. The morning of the race, each one of them waited at the top of one of the mountains in the tall grass until Rabbit was in sight. After making sure Rabbit saw them cross the mountaintops, they hid and let him pass. Turtle himself was waiting at the top of Black Mountain from the time the sun came up that morning to claim victory and make sure Otter's coat was returned. Don't tell Rabbit, though, about their trick. He might start racing again. So, my friends, each of these turtles were at the different mountaintops, right? So Turtle never actually went through all 5 mountains. He just went over one and then he disappeared in the grass. And then the next turtle went and he waved to Rabbit and then he ducked down so Rabbit wouldn't see him. And then the next one stood up, waved, and ducked down so it made it look like Turtle was going over and over the mountains. And then the last one was just already waiting at the finish line the whole time. So they were pretty intelligent too and kind of tricked Rabbit at his own game. Tricky Rabbit just got out-tricked. The end. So here's the page, my friends. If you want to learn more about what a turrelation person is, you can read this, pause, and take a look and read it. Or again, you can check out my blog where I also have some more information. And there you can also learn more about the author and more of fun things about this story. Oh my goodness, my friends, it's so fun when I read different versions of stories I'm familiar with, right? Because it's always cool to see different information, how different people tell the story differently, and what things are the same, what things are different. What's something you liked about this version of Tortoise and the Hare? Yeah, I think the plan for Turtle and the animals, I think that was super clever, right? So it wasn't that Turtle was slow and steady. Nope, Turtle and the other animals were really clever and tricky too. Kind of like Rabbit. But they were helping their friend since Rabbit didn't play a very nice trick, right? They got Otter's coat back in the end. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this story. If you'd like to add it to your own bookshelves, go ahead and check out that link down below. And if you enjoyed this interactive read aloud, please be sure to like this video by clicking on that thumbs up button and subscribe to my Storybook YouTube channel for more interactive read alouds. Otherwise, my friends, if you want to share your own reading adventures, please reach out to me on all the social media links down below. And until next time, my friends, happy reading!